Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that rarely makes headlines, but is one of the most powerful symbols of U.S. military capability, the Minuteman III intercontinental ballistic missile. This isn't science fiction, this is real-world technology that just made the news again with a successful unarmed test launch on May 21st, 2025. So grab a seat, maybe take a few notes, because this is one of those topics that connects Cold War history, cutting-edge defense strategy, and the future of global deterrence. Let's start with the basics. The Minuteman III is an ICBM, intercontinental ballistic missile. That means it's designed to travel across continents, flying through space before re-entering the Earth's atmosphere to strike targets thousands of miles away. Specifically, it has a range of over 13,000 kilometers, or about 8,000 miles. It's fast, it's deadly, and it has been the backbone of America's land-based nuclear deterrent since the early 1970s. The name Minuteman itself comes from the American Revolutionary War. Remember those colonial Minutemen who could be ready to fight in under 60 seconds? The same principle applies here. These missiles are housed in fortified underground silos scattered across the central United States, places like North Dakota, Montana, and Wyoming, and they're always on alert, ready to launch in just a few minutes if ever commanded. Each Minuteman III missile is equipped with a 3-stage solid-fuel rocket, which means it can be launched very quickly compared to liquid-fueled rockets that need preparation time. It can carry a single nuclear warhead or be fitted with up to 3 independently targetable reentry vehicles, also known as MIRVs. This means a single missile can hit multiple targets. However, under arms control treaties like New START, the United States currently deploys them with only 1 warhead each. So why are we talking about the Minuteman III now, in 2025? Because on May 21st, the U.S. Air Force Global Strike Command conducted a scheduled routine test of the missile, launching it from Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. The unarmed missile flew thousands of kilometers before splashing down in the Pacific Ocean near the Kwajalein Atoll. The purpose of this test wasn't to provoke or threaten anyone. It was to validate the safety, reliability, and effectiveness of the aging system. That brings us to the next point. This missile is old, really old in defense terms. The Minuteman III was first deployed in 1970, which means this system is over 50 years old. It's undergone numerous upgrades since then, especially to guidance systems, propulsion, and communication links. But there's no denying it's running on borrowed time. That's why the U.S. is currently developing the Sentinel missile, formerly known as the Ground-Based Strategic Deterrent, which is expected to start replacing the Minuteman fleet in the early 2030s. Still, until the Sentinel takes over, the Minuteman III remains critical. It's one leg of the U.S. nuclear triad, the other 2 being submarine-launched ballistic missiles from Ohio-class and Columbia-class submarines, and strategic bombers like the B-2 Spirit and the upcoming B-21 Raider. This triad structure is designed to ensure that even if one leg is taken out in a surprise attack, the others will still be able to retaliate. It's about deterrence, making sure no adversary ever thinks they can launch a first strike and win. Critics often raise valid points. The silos housing these missiles are fixed locations, meaning they can be targeted. The system requires constant maintenance, and there's always the risk of accidents or miscommunication. But defenders argue that the land-based ICBMs are necessary for strategic stability. They force a potential adversary to commit massive resources to eliminate hundreds of hardened targets across a vast area, which in turn acts as a powerful deterrent. The May 21st test wasn't just a technical check, it was also a geopolitical signal. In a time when nuclear tensions are rising again, with threats from Russia, a growing arsenal in China, and uncertainty in North Korea, demonstrating that the Minuteman III is still operational and accurate sends a clear message. The United States nuclear deterrent is alive, credible, and ready. So where does this all go next? Expect to see more public testing, more debate in Congress about funding the Sentinel program, and deeper discussions about arms control, modernization, and emerging threats like hypersonic weapons and cyber attacks on nuclear command systems. The world is changing fast, and the nuclear game is evolving with it. The Minuteman III may be old, but it's still one of the most powerful instruments of deterrence in human history. It's a silent guardian, buried underground, always on alert, Not because we want to use it, but because we hope we never have to. Let me know what you think. Should the United States continue to modernize its ICBMs, or is it time to phase out land-based missiles altogether in favor of more agile systems? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Hit like if you found this breakdown informative, and subscribe for more deep dives into military tech and global defense developments. I'll catch you in the next one.